Walmart is facing a Justice Department criminal investigation following allegations of bribery at its Mexican operations. So should Congress also launch its own investigation into the Walmart bribery scandal? Well, we just heard from the chairman of the House Oversight Committee that he's against the idea. Here's what Darrell Issa told me just a moment ago.
I don't think that calling in Walmart just so you can beat up the private sector is appropriate. I think they're going to be beat up pretty good for what appears to be, as reported at least, a $24 million series of bribes to get their stores open faster in a country that is known for delay and corruption.
The ranking Democrat on the committee feels otherwise. He is Elijah Cummings of Maryland, and he joins us now live from Baltimore. Congressman, welcome to In Business. Why do you disagree with Congressman Issa on the point of calling in Walmart executives for questions?
Well, of course, we have an obligation as a Congress to look into these kinds of situations where U.S. laws may be violated by private entities in a foreign country. The Corrupt Practices Act allows us to do that. And so I don't think we have too much of a choice. And so keep in mind that Walmart and other corporations have shareholders. And their shareholders have a right to have information about things going on in that company that might affect their ownership in the company. And so they also have to report to the SEC. And by the way, this is nothing new. Our committee has in the past looked into corporations such as Halliburton and Blackwater, and this should be no exception, particularly when you're talking about, as Chairman Issa just said, $24 million of bribes. And by the way, right, a lot of these allegations are now being self-reported by Walmart executives. And so I think there's nothing wrong with us sitting down, trying to get a little bit more information about what's going on with Walmart, and particularly when we consider the fact that some of the people who were involved in the alleged bribery schemes and right, the subsequent cover-up are still running Walmart. So I think the shareholders in America will be very pleased to see their representatives looking into this.
Well, have you had any response as yet from Walmart to some of your questions?
Not yet, but I expect that we will hear from them, and I do expect that we'll be meeting with them within the next week. We have heard, I must take that back, we've heard from some of their representatives just kind of inquiring about what we were looking into and expressing some concern about the federal investigation going on, but we assured them that we would be working with DOJ, making sure that we did not interfere with what they are doing, because we don't want to jeopardize any kind of prosecution in this instance.
Congressman Issa was suggesting that because this doesn't directly involve a government agency, that it doesn't fall under the mandate of government oversight. Why do you think that Congress needs to have an investigation alongside the SEC and the DOJ?
Because of what I just said. I mean, keep in mind, this is with regard to the Foreign Corrupt Practices Act. But this is a history of our committee. I myself have sat in many a hearing regarding private entities such as Halliburton and such as Blackwater. Matter of fact,
those involve government contracts, no?
Yeah, but keep in mind, Walmart is one of the largest corporations in the world, right, and they have shareholders. Their shareholders have investments in the company, and that's why they have to report directly to the SEC on a periodic basis about anything that may have any kind of potential harm to the company. Here we have a company that's self-reporting. I don't forget that. They've already self-reported criminal activity. And so I don't think it's a good idea for us to sit on the sidelines again. I think we have a duty to protect our constituents, who are the shareholders.
And what do you think that protection could mean? When you meet with executives, if you met with the CEO, Mike Duke, what would you ask him?
First of all, I would want to know exactly what their position is with regard to all of this. And I would want to know, are these things still happening? How did this come about? Who was watching? as far as the SEC is concerned, whether or not they have revealed the kind of information that the SEC requires of them, and has that information been complete? Again, every 2 years, we swear to protect our constituents. And again, our constituents are shareholders. And I don't want to be, this is our watch. And again, I am very pleased with what's going on with the Justice Department, but we also have a duty to carry out certain responsibilities, and I plan to do that.
Okay. Congressman, thank you very much for joining us, and
Thank
we will
you.
see what develops.